Okay, so welcome to the deep dive. Today we're going to try to get our heads around all this crypto craziness. Bitcoin is surging again, headlines everywhere.
Yeah.
People are talking about a bubble.
Definitely seen that.
And we're going to untack all that. But then we're also going to go way out there to look at this other cryptocurrency called Internet Computer, or ICP. So basically we want to pull together all this info we found from different sources and try to make sense of it.
Yeah.
For everyone.
I think it's super important to synthesize all this stuff. It's moving so fast.
Right, exactly.
It's like drinking from a fire hose sometimes.
It really is.
Trying to keep up.
I would say, yeah. So Bitcoin, I mean, it's this whole thing is almost like we've seen this movie before, right?
Exactly. History doesn't repeat, but it often rhymes.
It does. It rhymes a lot. So, you got Stansberry Research. They're talking about this potential bubble in 2025. And it's not just some random guess they're throwing out there.
Yeah.
It's based on this whole 4-year cycle thing that Bitcoin kind of seems to do.
Right.
This weird rhythm. You get the crash.
Yeah.
Then people start quietly buying it up.
Yeah, the accumulation phase.
Accumulation. Yeah. Then things start going up, growth, and then boom, bubble.
And it kind of makes sense if you think about human psychology, right?
Right, exactly.
And after the halving events, there's this scarcity narrative that pops up. Then you get the ETFs, and that brings in all these new buyers who couldn't get in before.
Exactly, yeah.
And then I don't know, general good vibes, good news.
Yeah. Positive sentiment.
Positive sentiment, yeah. Whether it's about tech or even politics, that can supercharge that growth.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then boom, bubble.
Bubble. But here's the thing though, right? Bubble. Everyone thinks oh, I'm going to get rich.
Lambos, right?
Right. Everyone's thinking Lambos, yachts, whatever.
Yeah.
But Stansberry is saying, look, you're probably not going to see another 9,300% gain back in the day.
Yeah.
Early days.
It's just, the market cap's so much bigger now.
Yeah.
It's harder to move that needle as much.
Exactly. But they do think 200,000 is possible.
Yeah, that's still...
Which is still a pretty big jump.
It is, absolutely. But it's not life-changing for most people unless you already got a lot in.
Right, exactly. So I think the big question for you listening right now is what are your expectations? Are they realistic?
Exactly.
Because it's easy to get caught up in the hype.
Totally.
But you got to look at what's actually happened before.
Yeah, and be level-headed.
And what could actually happen in the future.
Right.
Okay. But, so that's Bitcoin. But there's this whole other world out there, right?
Yeah.
All these other cryptocurrencies, like altcoins.
Yeah.
Like Eric Wade from Crypto Capital was saying.
Yeah. What'd he say?
He's it's everything from serious projects to joke coins, meme coins.
Right, yeah, Doge and all that.
Doge, all that stuff. But then there's
But some of them are legit trying to actually solve problems.
Yeah, actually trying to use blockchain to do something useful.
Exactly.
It's wild. It's you have Bitcoin over here, right?
OG?
Yeah, the OG.
Yeah.
The digital gold.
Yep.
And then over here you have this explosion of new ideas, new tech.
Right.
It's which one's going to stick around?
Yeah, which one's going to actually matter in 5 years?
Exactly. And that brings us to this one altcoin, Internet Computer, or ICP. That's what we're going to focus on today.
Okay.
Because we've seen a ton of activity around it recently.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of strong opinions.
Interesting.
Good and bad.
But controversial.
Yeah, totally. So it's the perfect thing to really dig into.
Yeah. You got to look beyond the hype with these things.
Exactly.
What is it actually offering? And are people using it?
Right. So the mission today is two things. First, we got to understand this whole Bitcoin bubble thing.
Okay.
What are the signs? What should we be looking for?
The warning signs.
The warning signs, yeah. And then second, we're going to try to figure out Internet Computer.
All right.
What's the opportunity?
Okay.
But also, what's the risk?
Right. Got to look at both sides.
Because it's an altcoin. It's risky.
It is.
So we wanted to give you all the knowledge so you can figure this stuff out.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. So let's talk about this Bitcoin bubble. So this whole 4-year cycle thing, it's not just random.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's built into Bitcoin.
Yeah. It's all tied to the halvings.
The halvings. Eric Wade explained it really well. The halvings basically cut the rate of new Bitcoin in half, right?
Right.
So less new Bitcoin is coming out.
Less supply.
Less supply, yeah.
Which, Basic economics, if demand stays the same and supply goes down,
price goes up.
Price goes up.
Exactly. So Eric Wade on the Stansberry Investor Hour, he like really laid out this whole rhythm. He said, we're kind of at the end of the growth phase right now.
Okay.
And heading straight for bubble territory in 2025.
Got it.
And he said, if you look back at the other bubbles, the gains were huge.
Yeah.
But they've been getting smaller each time.
Right. Diminishing returns.
Right. Like the first one, it was like a 9,000% increase.
1,000. That's insane.
Insane. Then the second one, like 2,300%.
Okay.
Still huge, but like less huge.
Less huge.
And the third one, only like 260%.
Still not bad.
Still good, but like...
But yeah, the trend's clear.
It's like...
The earlier you get in, the bigger the potential gains.
Right. And the thing is, after each of those big jumps, there was a crash.
Oh, yeah.
Big one.
So buckle up.
Yeah, buckle up.
Yeah.
That's just like how Bitcoin works.
The volatility is built in.
Right. So what's making everyone so optimistic about this 2025 bubble?
Yeah. Why are we thinking it's going to happen again?
Well, Wade talked about a few things. First, like we said, the halving. That's a big driver. But then you also have these Bitcoin ETFs now.
Yeah, the ETFs are huge.
Right.
Yeah.
That's like open the floodgates for all these new investors.
Yeah, all the institutional money can get in now.
Right. Institutional money.
Easier than buying Bitcoin directly.
Much easier. So that's pushing the price up.
Makes sense.
But then there's also the political side of things.
Okay, interesting.
Now, I'm not going to get into like anyone's political opinions or anything.
Right.
But the market, it definitely seemed to like react well to the possibility of a Trump administration again.
Yeah, there was a lot of talk about him maybe being more crypto friendly.
Right, more crypto friendly. And Roe v. Wade mentioned Trump's connection with RFK Jr.
Oh, right. He's a big crypto.
Who's like super into crypto.
Yeah.
And then there was the whole Bitcoin 2024 conference thing.
Yeah, he showed up there.
He showed up. So, the market pays attention to that stuff.
It does. Perception is reality in a lot of ways.
Yeah, perception is reality, especially with crypto.
Especially with crypto.
Then get this. Wade brought up this idea of a U.S. Bitcoin strategic reserve.
Whoa.
Right? Like we have strategic reserves of oil and helium and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, why not Bitcoin?
I mean, it's finite, right? Like there's only going to be so much.
Exactly.
So it could be a strategic asset.
Exactly. So that would be like a huge deal, right?
That'd be a major shift.
Yeah. So, okay. Bubble, bubble, bubble. But how do we know, like, when it's the top?
Right. That's the $1 million question.
When do we get out?
When do you sell?
Yeah, when do you sell? So Wade talked about this thing called the Pi Cycle Top Indicator.
Never heard of that one.
It's like this technical thing, looking at these moving averages.
Yeah.
He said it's been pretty accurate in the past.
Okay.
But, like, it's not perfect.
Of course not.
Nothing's perfect. But then he also talked about, like, some less technical signs, like, when your Uber driver starts giving you Bitcoin advice.
Right. That's when you know it's too late.
That's when you know. Or like the fear and greed index.
Yeah, that's a classic one.
Back to like maximum greed.
Extreme greed.
Everyone thinks they're a genius.
Yeah, and that's usually when things go south.
That's when you got to be careful. And like he even joked, he's like, if you're thinking about buying a second yacht.
Oh, that's a good sign.
Based on your crypto gains.
Yeah, maybe take some profits.
But the thing about Bitcoin is like, it always feels like you missed it, right? Like it's already gone up so much.
Right.
But then, it could keep going up.
It could.
But it could also crash.
That's the thing.
So it's like this constant
roller coaster,
yeah.
You got to have a strong stomach for this.
You do. And then there's these like the Bitcoin hoarders.
Oh yeah, the hodlers.
They just buy it and they never sell it.
They're in it for the long haul.
Right. And Wade said those times when they're accumulating, when the price isn't doing much, that might actually be a good time to buy.
If you believe in the long-term vision.
Right, for the long term.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the Bitcoin bubble. What do you think?
I think it's fascinating. It's like a case study in human behavior.
It really is.
As much as it is about technology.
And economics.
In economics, exactly.
Okay. So now let's switch gears and talk about this internet computer thing.
All right, ICP. Let's dive in.
So it's an altcoin, obviously. And people are saying it's got some like crazy technology.
Okay.
Like Eric Wade even said it could be better than Bitcoin in some ways.
That's a bold claim.
Right.
Bitcoin's got that first mover advantage.
It does.
Yeah.
But this is like a whole different kind of tech.
Yeah.
So ICP has had a pretty wild ride.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It launched with this like ridiculous market cap, like over $300 billion.
$300 billion. Wow.
It's crazy. And then it crashed.
Oh, no.
Like more than 90%. Yeah. Now it's around $5 billion.
So it's still significant, but yeah.
Still significant.
That's a roller coaster.
Huge roller coaster.
Yeah.
So what's the big deal with ICP? Well, Wade says it can basically let other blockchains like Bitcoin and Ethereum run on top of it.
Okay.
It's all about interoperability, like different blockchains talking to each other.
Right. That's the holy grail for a lot of people in this space.
It is.
Breaking down those silos.
Exactly. He said it's like how the internet lets different computers connect.
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
Right.
So instead of having these separate blockchains that can't talk to each other,
right,
you've got this one platform that can bridge them.
Exactly. And then, get this, he even talked about AI agents.
AI agents, what's that?
It's like these AI programs that can act on their own.
Okay.
And he thinks ICP could be like the platform for them to do stuff.
So like AI doing transactions on the blockchain.
Yeah, like automatically.
Interesting.
Sounds kind of sci-fi, right?
It does. Like robots with wallets.
I know, right? But like, this isn't just theory. There's actually like real stuff happening.
Okay, so real world application.
Yeah, real world applications. They have this whole ICP ecosystem page. And they list all these projects.
Like what?
So like there's this Decide AI thing. It does like AI stuff. I don't know all the technical details.
Yeah.
But they've already had over 50,000 requests.
Okay, so people are actually using it.
People are using it. Then there's Sonic DX. It's a decentralized exchange.
Oh, like a crypto trading platform.
Right. Then there's NFID and Plug Wallet. Plug Wallet has like over 150,000 users.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Oh, and there's this other one, Origin.
Origin?
Yeah. They use NFTs to track luxury goods.
Oh, wow. So like proving authenticity.
Exactly, yeah. And then there's Boom DAO for like blockchain games.
Okay, that's a hot space right now.
It is. And then Nuance. It's like for blogging on the blockchain.
Huh. Decentralized logging.
Yeah. And then the big one, internet identity. It's like this secure login thing.
Okay.
But it's anonymous.
So like privacy focus.
Yeah. And they have over 1 million users.
Wow, that's impressive.
It is. So it's like all these different applications.
Yeah, it's not just one thing.
It's not just one thing. It's DeFi, it's NFTs, it's social media, it's like everything.
So they're trying to build a whole ecosystem.
They are. And they're getting users, which is like the big thing.
Right, absolutely. Users are everything.
Okay. So Eric Wade, he calls ICP cheap, hated, and rising.
Cheap, hated, and rising. I like that.
Right.
It's sketchy.
And he thinks it could be a 10-bagger, meaning it could go up 10 times.
10 times?
Yeah. He thinks he could hit a $50 billion market cap.
That's a lot.
In the next, like, 12 to 24 months.
Okay, so pretty aggressive timeline.
Yeah. And he's basing this on a few things. First, he thinks it's way undervalued right now.
Okay.
The price is too low. And he thinks all the negativity after the crash was overblown.
Makes sense. People panic.
Right. He's like, the fact that it's still here, still working, means something.
It shows resilience.
Exactly. And he points to the growing number of users.
Right.
And the tech itself. He thinks it's just better.
Okay, so fundamentally he believes in it.
He does. Then we looked at some technical analysis too, like these YouTube channels, Zero to Hero and AllinCrypto.
What'd they say?
They're pretty bullish too. Like Zero to Hero thinks it could hit $17 by January 2025.
Oh, okay.
And then maybe $79 long term. They even said it could maybe even get to 200.
200. That's even more than Wade's prediction.
Right. And AllinCrypto said something similar.
So they're seeing something in the charts.
Yeah, they're looking at the charts and the growth of the ecosystem.
Interesting.
Oh, and the Zero to Hero guy, he specifically mentioned OpenChat.
Oh, right.
And Decide AI is like promising projects.
Yeah, it's all about the applications at the end of the day.
It is. But then someone in the comments asked him, they were like, is this too complicated?
Too complicated for people to understand.
Yeah, like, is it too far ahead of its time? And he said, look, it's early days.
Right.
He compared it to the internet.
Yeah, like when the internet first came out.
Right. People didn't really get it at first.
Yeah.
So it's like that.
It takes time for new tech to sink in.
Exactly. Oh, and they also talked about revenue.
Yeah.
Like the ICP network is making money.
Okay, how?
People are using it, paying fees.
Yeah, that's a good sign.
And it's actually one of the top layer 1 blockchains in terms of revenue.
Okay, so it's actually being used. People are paying to use it.
Exactly. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Altcoins, they're risky.
Yeah.
They're volatile.
More than Bitcoin.
Yeah, more than Bitcoin. And they don't have as much liquidity.
Right, because the market caps are smaller.
Right. So like big buys and sells can really move the price.
Yeah, you can get some big swings.
Big swings, yeah. So, got to be careful. Oh, and also not everyone is as bullish as Wade.
Okay.
Like Capital.com, they're more cautious.
Right. They have a more conservative outlook.
Right. So it's not like everyone agrees.
You always got to look at different opinions.
You do. You do. Okay, so let's recap.
Yeah.
What have we learned?
Okay, let's synthesize.
So Bitcoin, bubble in 2025?
Potentially, yeah.
Maybe. Could be big gains, but also a big crash.
Right.
So, watch the indicators. Don't get too greedy.
Don't get caught up in the hype.
Exactly. Then we have Internet Computer.
ICP.
The underdog.
The underdog could be huge, but also risky.
Risky, yeah. High risk, high reward.
High risk, high reward. And then remember what Wade said.
What did he say?
Set a goal, respect the goal, but give yourself a possibility to outperform.
I like that.
Right. It's like have a plan, but be ready to adapt.
Be flexible.
Be flexible. So hopefully you've got a better idea of what's going on with Bitcoin.
Yeah, and this whole ICP thing.
Yeah, this whole ICP thing. It's a crazy world out there.
It is, but it's exciting.
It's exciting. But you got to do your own research.
Absolutely. Don't just take our word for it. Yeah, we're not financial advisors or anything.
No.
So, last thought, and this is for you to think about.
Okay, hit me.
Blockchain is changing so fast, right?
It's moving at warp speed.
What if, something even crazier comes along and makes Bitcoin and ICP look like old news?
That's a good question. It's definitely possible.
Right. It's mind-blowing to think about.
It is. The future is unpredictable.
The future's unpredictable. But, hey, that's what makes it fun, right?
Yeah, gotta stay curious.
Gotta stay curious. Okay, well, thanks for taking this deep dive with us.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
We hope you learned something about this wild world of cryptocurrency.
Absolutely. And keep learning.
Keep learning, because this is just the beginning.
It is.
Who knows what's next?
Only time will tell.
Okay, see ya.
See ya.